Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. In today's matchup, we've got a pair of wide receivers who certainly want to be targeted throughout the game. It's Jones's Falcons going up against Evans's Buccaneers. So now let's head a couple hours west of us on Interstate 4 to Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, as we say hello to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And his first pass is incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. All right, let's look at the offense. Devontae Freeman, this is a guy that you wanted to talk about, so take it away.
Brandon, have you seen a running back play with such joy as well as such fury? I love the way he runs the football and attacks defenses.
Second down following the incompletion. Second and 10. It's Ryan again. He completes it to Julio Jones. Over 1,400 yards last year for Jones. Just 6 touchdowns, but, you know, of course he had the big 300-yard game. However, when he was blanketed with coverage, he always opens things up for other guys, doesn't he?
He does, and that's what's benefited Atlanta's offense. Other guys are able to step up. In 2016, Mohamed Sanu stepped up and had his best year as a pro. Austin Hooper, as a young tight end, really developed down the stretch. And Taylor Gabriel, who had come over as a free agent from Cleveland, he really flourished, actually led the team in touchdown catches. But there's only one Julio Jones, and you want to get the ball to him as much as possible.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
And when you watch Devontae Freeman run the football, you can almost close your eyes and hear him running the football, can't you? Because people just scatter. I mean, you know, when he goes through a pile, it moves in a positive direction for him. I just love how hard he plays the game.
1,000-yard season. He had 11 touchdowns last year. In March, 25 years old. So he's kind of hitting that sweet spot for a running back, isn't he?
He really is, and I still remember the evaluation.
And he's just intercepted. It is. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Grady Jarrett with the tackle. And this offense can air it out, and when they do, you have to key on Mike Evans.
And we do think about his catch radius first and foremost. A tall, lean receiver, but he actually can make some agile plays as well.
Now Jameis on second down. Going up top. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Josh Huff, 69 yards. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. Now, he's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain.
And it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him. If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle, hit him a bunch during the game, and try and keep him in front. If you turn your head for a second, if your concentration wanes,
bye-bye.
He just takes off and goes, and I think that's what we just saw there.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And the Falcons now making their way back out onto the field. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, Great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23. The starting 11 defensively for Tampa Bay.
Vaughn Alexander is one of the exciting linebackers in the league. His forte, speed.
On second down, here's Ryan. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Jacob Tamme there. Third down here.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. On third down, Ryan. And it's complete to Jacob Tamme. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here we go on 4th down with Ryan. That's strong running. And that's caught by Tamme. Give him 23 yards on the pickup. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. 3rd and 2, now Ryan. It's caught. Jones. 8 yards there and a first down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Freeman, the lone man in the backfield. And they'll give it to him here. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Gerald McCoy coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. And the O-line will have to do a better job protecting here on 3rd down after that sack. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. 3rd and long, it's Ryan. Under pressure, and they got to him again. William Golston, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And this is incomplete. Little lull in the action here to go over an offseason storyline. It's kind of interesting. L.A. a couple years ago, they have no teams, and now they're going to have two with the move from San Diego to L.A. What does that mean for the league and for the Chargers?
It seems like an easier transition, doesn't it, than St. Louis when they moved back to Los Angeles.
Less
to become
culture
the Rams.
shock.
Less culture shock. Less, obviously geography, the whole deal. But it's a transition is not going to be easy. Remember, they're going to go play in a soccer stadium essentially for at least the first couple of years before they share a stadium with the Rams. So that changes things. Obviously trying to create an identity in the market they haven't been in a long time. They began as the Los Angeles Chargers, but only played one season as such.
Here's Martin, and this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. Third down and 3. One receiver to the left is Evans. And he motions the wide receiver. Third and short yardage, Winston. A dump off to Sims. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Winston with a give to Martin. And he's got some space here. And he cuts it right sideline. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Doug Martin, 43 yards. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
They got his man complete. They'll get 32 yards there. And it'll give the Falcons a first down. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Shift together here from the D-line. They come up in an offset eye. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Now Ryan on second down. And Jones has it over the middle. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well. with a whole lot of confidence. And Brandon, I think Mohamed Sanu had a nice career while he was in Cincinnati, but he really elevated 2016 in Atlanta. The most catches for himself in a single season.
59 of them, 4 touchdowns. Really a nice compliment to Julio Jones, and he was a nice compliment in Cincinnati. I don't want to say he's not a number 1 receiver, but he plays that number 2 slot well, doesn't he?
He does, and I think it's because of his versatility. He can play in the slot. He can play out wide. They can use him as a wildcat quarterback. He has thrown passes in the NFL. In fact, going back to his days at Rutgers, I think he threw 18 passes while he was at Rutgers. So you never know what you're going to get when Mohamed Sanu has his hands on the football.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Here's Ryan. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Following the interception, Winston. Flush to his right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. All right, different topic here. 2018, the Super Bowl, traveling north, far north to Minneapolis. Early predictions for that one. Who you got?
Well, you know, everyone's still waiting in the NFL for a home team to play in its home stadium, right? So could the Vikings be that team? I'll start in the NFC, and I'm going to say no. I think Seattle, starting to get near that maybe last run with their defense. But Earl Thomas returns. I like Seattle coming out of the NFC. How about you?
Well, I'm actually going to take a Dallas Cowboys NFC title run. I think that they came so close this year, probably most talented going into next year.
I like that one. Well, in the AFC, I'm going to go with a team that if they improve their defense and their quarterback stays healthy, it could be that team, the Oakland Raiders.
Okay, I'm going dark horse. Cleveland Browns. Let's go.
Hey, from worst to first.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set.
Ready, blue lady. Wait.
Now it's Martin. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
Ready, blue lady.
Now Martin. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Offense coming up, needing 2 yards on 3rd down.
Ready, blue lady. Easy.
Play fake to Martin. Now Jameis. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Josh Huff in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9.
Ready, blue ready.
They run the counter with Martin. There goes Doug Martin. He's at the 40. The 20. Always got a little daylight. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Doug Martin, 76 yards. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A big pickup there on the run. 34 yards.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts, because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities. Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
20, 21,
on second down, here's Ryan. He's going to launch this thing. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
On second down, Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Will the defense dial up the pressure? Let's see. 3rd and 11. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 3rd down, Ryan. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Taylor Gabriel, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Falcons get a bit closer.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Offense just a yard away from the line they need to gain. 3rd down.
Wait. Let's go now. Blue whitey, 550.
They'll run it. Here's Martin. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know, the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
Ready, blue lady. Let's go.
Winston gives to the tailback, Martin. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Ready.
They'll try to throw now. Winston bringing it in. Jackson left side. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Back now in Tampa. So still in search of the first down after that last completion.
Ready, blue lady.
3rd down. It's Doug Martin. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the 4th quarter, they're really excited, because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they're going to keep that going, want to continue to grind out the clock, because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there, and that's run the football?
And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Partner, that defensive win reminds me of something a coach of mine used to say all the time. If you really want it, you'll find a way to go get it. and the defense did exactly that.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
Ready. Let's go.
On 3rd down, Winston. This is caught by Jackson. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe they're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
They run. Martin. And now loose football. Fumble. Martin lost it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Left, ready. Everybody sit up. Let's go.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got a man complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Ryan on 2nd down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Again, it's Martin. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
Now it's a bootleg with Winston. Hard throw, incomplete. The tight end Cameron Brate was the target, and it's 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Here's Brian Anger now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now it's Ryan. And his throw is incomplete.
And that one was knocked away, and I think the defender's going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it to him. And that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there, and it's third down. So still a full 10 yards to go here for the offense on third down.
Hey, let's go.
They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. William Golston in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Here we go. It's Ryan on fourth down. Incomplete on the right side. It's Tammy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. So out come the Bucs now. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Ready. White 25. White 25.
They're looking to throw this. Winston. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. And with that, I'm off to the airport. Charles will be on I-4 back to Windermere as we say so long from Tampa.
Have a nice trip. I'll be home before you even take off.
Lucky.
up, cuz? Yes, sir. Came home last night. Yeah, man. I came home last night, man. That's right. I get out of work. Man, I turned that highway up yesterday, bro. Coming up the highway. Yeah, I think it about to rain, but my phone had went dead when I was coming up the interstate. I had it on in the truck all day, and that truck had went dead. And when I got here, I had to charge it up, so I couldn't call nobody to tell them I had made it home or nothing. Yeah, man, I can't hunt the dude out working with. He wasn't working today, and I took advantage of it and came to the house. I went. Yeah, on my way to the house. Yeah, I'm coming in, and they called me yesterday from Jackson and told me to be ready for work, come to work Monday in Jackson, boy. Oh, I like stuff. I know they moved me up there, boy. You talking about praising the Lord on the inside? I ain't want to do it in front of that man, that white man, because I know he was gonna try to stop it. Man, I felt it, but man, I sung Hallelujah from 100 and something miles. I was singing Hallelujah. Get back, bro. You ain't bothered? Uh-uh. They gonna put me on a crew like I would when I started out. Uh-uh. No. It ain't that bad, man. You better keep drinking your water. If you get hot, you got something to tell somebody you hot. But I don't did it before. I did it last July. But that sun do seem different this year though. That sun looks like he's trying to burn you out there, Trey. Yeah, like he's trying to burn you, boy. I'm like, oh. But they shoot, I need to be at the house, man. I go out there and work on a crew. I did before. I wasn't the best, but I wasn't the worst either. So I'm going out there to see. I'm glad to be at the house, man. I pray the Lord coming up the highway. Cause them jokers they finna put me in an apartment and everything. But them guys in Louisiana, you say they think about moving all of them up there? Oh yeah. Ooh, boy, you must have been praying for it. Your spirit man must have been praying for them. For I already come to the house, man. What? Junior quit for? Oh, oh, okay. I started playing this run. Oh, you see this run I did on that boy, man? It should have never worked. No, it went off whenever somebody watched it. It went off whenever I it went off whenever you invited me to the party. I came to get in that party with you. Well, look at it. Look at the hole I went through, man. It's unbelievable, man. That right there, if you can see it. I run that thing on him, man. I probably had about 150 yards with this guy. I don't know. I was killing him. Man, I was toting that thing, but let me see how many yards I had with this boy. I'm talking about over and over. But yeah, man, Monroe called the man I work with and told him, had Reggie ready to come up here Monday. He got to take all his tests and stuff. Cause you know I've been doing sewer for almost 8 months, and I hadn't did no OQ test. So this joker went and called Jason all day, slipped off and went and called Jason all day, and cause he had already told me that it said be in Jackson Monday. Then he slipped out called all day. I guess he told all day he didn't feel like retraining nobody else or something. I don't know what he told. And all this, I don't know what all this information coming from. I'm finna call and find out. And then he said, we got in the truck. This is how the devil do, boy. He said, I bet you got to be excited, huh? I just shrugged my shoulders. You know, I just shrugged my shoulder. Know something funny about it. I just like, well, I said, you know, I'm going to work on the crew, so, you know, I just said it like that. I didn't say I nay. I just said, well, I'm going to work on the crew, so. And I just shrugged my shoulders. And then he said, well, what I told you earlier, you might better hold off on that, because all they supposed to be calling me back. Ooh, boy, that joker try to keep me from being able to go. Yeah, try to go around Monroe. And, you know, gas all day up. All day like, I'm finna see where this coming from. Man, that evening, he called a man back for nothing. He didn't really want to know what the guy. He trying to see what he was going to say about me staying. And before the dude got the phone, he said, oh, yeah, tell Reginald he need to be in Jackson Monday, ready to take his test, because he got to do all them tests again. Be in Jackson Monday. Boy, I sit back in my chair and laughed at the devil. Man, I'm so glad to be home, man. Yeah, you just not seen? You just not seen? Oh. Oh, yeah. I'm looking at this thing. Jameis Winston was a 149. He was 6 for 9. No interception. Man, he just tore Atlanta up that game. With rushing, man. Look, 194 yard rushing, bro. With Doug Moore. 21 yard yak. Whoever yak. What yak mean running? Oh, yards at the contact. No, yards at the contact. Rack is yards at the catch. But yak is, yeah, after contact. 76 yards. Showdy. The one he threw it up in the end zone? Yeah, he know better than that. Like toe ahead. I think they did, yeah, because they said he threw no interception. No interception last night. Yeah, they said he was down. Well, I don't know why he would do that. Like, even the roll out right there with that much pressure, man, just get down, man. We got a season to play. That's preseason. That dude like the broke his neck. What channel that's on? Oh, I ain't got that. Only thing Jermaine gave me was ESPN off his direct TV. That joker. Oh, brother, I didn't know you was in here listening. Oh, God, I just see you pop up there. Somebody pop up number 2. But, oh, that's Campbell. What's up, Campbell? Campbell, man, you got your internet stuff running, man. You can't holler at us or nothing, Campbell. Just Mark Campbell. Yeah, you can't. I'm finna back out of this game here. I'm finna stop my broadcast anyway. But, man, oh, that's what it is. Him and D-Boy at work. That's what's going on. Yeah. Yeah, this here. Man, you ain't gonna believe what I'm running the whole game, cuz. Nickel, cover 2 press. No, I ain't talking about offense. I'm talking about defense. Nickel, cover 2 press. And on the top, the cover 2 press, I ain't ran that all year. All I'm doing, yeah, I'm still running. Yeah, all I'm doing is flipping it before I go on the field. And then when I go on the field, I flip it back to the right side and I crash the defensive line to the right and come around there with Jerry McCoy. 3 out of 4, 2 out of 3, let's see, yeah, 2 out of 3 plays, because you know they punt on 4 down. 2 out of 3 plays, he breaking through there, coming through the line. Well, let me go over here and turn the broadcast on.